So I just got done talking with a client about she's coaching some guy in sales, and she's having a real tough time getting him to buy into what she's trying to share with him, because it sounds like, I'm not there personally, but I can this happens a lot with coaching and things like that, where you're trying to point at something about what the person's saying as far as being coaching, and like they're not letting it in because they think that they're taking it personally. They think you're calling them bad and wrong, like they're not doing it good enough, and they're going to defend that and argue all day long, and they'll point at all kinds of different evidence to prove you wrong, and then you're going to point at they're going to enroll you into that argument and then point at stuff that's going to prove them right, and then you're trying to get them off that. So really the idea is this, especially when coaching somebody new. I mean, if you want them to listen to you so that they listen to what you're sharing, then you got to listen to them first. If I was to walk into a room with, say, 5 or 10 sales agents, and some of them are pissed off because they're not doing so well, and some of them are just really eager to learn, like half the room may be enrolled to be there and half the room may not. Maybe none of them are enrolled to be there. So if you want someone to listen to you, what do? You listen to them. Ask them what they think about things. Tell me more about that. And you're inviting them to a bitch fest and complaining and like all this stuff. But really what you're doing is you're actually figuring out how they see things and how they have it, because how they have it is actually generating the results that they're getting that aren't good enough. The results are not where they want them to be. So if you ask them what their opinions are about everything, what do you think about the company? What do you think about the leads? What do you think about your work environment? What do you think about your coworkers? What do you think about the industry? What do you think about these types of questions? And you just get a conversation going. You're playing to their need to be heard, first of all, because most employees, they're not heard. You're using that in a few different ways. You're getting them to tell you what they think. You're getting them to, you're listening to them. That's what they think you're doing. You're not listening to them, but you're actually listening to them. But what you're also doing at the same time, and you could be doing this, you could even be having a helper doing it, like on the whiteboard, as they're telling you all the negative stuff that's coming out of their mouth about what they think about their job, the work environment, the company, the leads. Like, you can get it all out. Put it all on a board. Make it distinct from them, from you. Fill up the board. And what you all of a sudden have this big whiteboard full of stuff, and then you take a minute and you're just like, because what you're trying to do is help them identify unconscious narratives that are not supporting them to have the results they want to have. And it's all in there. You just got to get it out. So you're multi-intention for asking them, what do you think? What are your opinions? Like, people love to share their opinions. Isn't that right, Mom? No, I was kidding. People love to share their opinions if you let them. You ever notice that? So use it to your advantage. Ask them what they think. What are your opinions about this? What do you think about this? Da, 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 da. And you engage and make it fun and like dance with them. And at the same time, you're actually filling up a bunch of narratives on the board, and then have the content. It just fills right up on the board. And when you get done, you fill up the board, you're just like, you take a second, you look at it, and you're like, do you think any of that? And you just turn right to them, you're like, now honestly, all this stuff that you think about all this, do you think any of these, which these are narratives, by the way, these are narratives that are running inside you, do you think these narratives right here are going to be supportive in generating the type of results that you want to create? Or do you think there's something more effective we can do? And if there is something more effective, what do you think we could do? What do you think we could replace this one with? And you might need to give them a little nudge on something that's more powerful than what's actually on the board, because they're like, I don't know. So start with somewhere. It's like, well, if you think the leads are crap, well, if you're going to tell yourself the leads are crap, you're going to see them as crap. So instead of seeing the leads as crap, say, it really doesn't matter. Well, at least it's calling. It doesn't really matter what leads I get, because I get my sales anyways. And you can do that all day long.